Anusha, your host for the day. Today we will be discussing on how to answer when the interviewer asks you about your personal qualities. But before that, let me tell you something about Interview Cracker. Well, Interview Cracker helps you get jobs, especially freshers. Uh, helps freshers get jobs in sales.
Hi Ashwini
Hi,
ma'am,
how are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm good
you?
too, thanks.
Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can.
Okay. So guys, let me introduce you to Ashwini ma'am. Uh, yeah. Ashwini ma'am has more than 15 years of experience in HR. In HR with big companies like Amazon and Lehman Brothers. What does that mean? You're wondering? Well, she has interviewed so many people, selected them, and rejected them. But now she works as a personal coach and is NLP certified too. Who is a better person than her to ask you questions, to answer your questions actually? So, me, Anusha, I'm going to answer questions on behalf of the freshers who have DM'd us. And so, let's begin, ma'am, with today's topic.
Sure, I'm excited.
So, ma'am, uh, many times, from my own personal experience, the interviewer has asked me what are my greatest strengths, and I don't know exactly what are my strengths. So, how do you think? What do you think can become our strength? What are the qualities that a person has that is considered as their strength?
Okay, great. So, this is a very common question that's been asked in the interview. These are basically, just trying to warm up the entire conversation and the flow starts. So, when such kind of a question comes, I highly recommend the students, the freshers, and whoever's going for interview, right, to do their SWOT analysis. That is, which will help you understand the strengths, your weaknesses or challenges, your threats and the opportunities. Because once you figure that out well in advance, when you study about yourself, who you are, what you're good at, and what you're not at, you are better prepared to answer in the interview. And at that very moment, you're not then struggling to answer. Think, what do I talk about? Because specifically these questions like what are your strengths, example the one you asked me, it sounds very easy, but just try answering it. You will have to really think hard. What do I really say? What are my strengths? So when you do a SWOT analysis, that's where it helps you much in advance, and you're able to frame the entire answer. That is one. Second, which is a tip I would want to let everyone know is, so when you're answering this question, right, try to link your strength to the skills of the job that is required. Just imagine if the job requires I'm a great communicator, or I'm a great a
Okay.
person who articulates extremely well. And when that is seen when you're talking, and the job requires, you are actually impressing the employer instantly there. And why wouldn't the employer want that? Right? Because, and that is why he's interviewing so many candidates. And if he's seeing that instantly in you, and where you're backing up with an example, you are there, right? You are kind of already made it. You actually crossed the hurdle there itself. So one, do the SWOT before you get into the interview room. You really need to think about it. SWOT is just not drawing the quadrants and okay, these are my strengths. In case if you're failing to figure out what are your strengths, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your teachers, your faculties, and your professors, because they've observed you for so long. So they can actually help you to figure out, okay, Anusha, you're good in this, but I think the challenge is here, so you may want to look at those challenges. But I think these are your opportunities. You can convert them into your strength, because when somebody is observing you so much, for so many years, it will actually help you in case if you are not able to figure it out yourself. That is the first step. And second, when you're answering that question, you have to link it to the job where you're actually going to perform. So that way you are placed in a better environment, and the employer is very happy to hear that, okay, fine, she already has the skill, what I'm looking for. That's the thought is going to go in his mind. So this is how it will be.
Okay. So let's talk about the next question. Most of the people don't like saying or accepting that they have weaknesses.
Okay.
No one wants to be, shown as weak and all. But I have one of the interviews that I attended. The interviewer asked me what was my greatest weakness, and for a moment I just panicked. I'm like, what if I say I have like personally I'm very distracted and I get restless very fast, or I start speaking really fast. So they become like kind of my weakness. But when we tell that to the interviewer, won't our value, like, does it decrease our value or anything when we say something like that?
Absolutely.
How do you answer and what do you
Okay. So
answer
Anusha,
when they ask us? Yeah. So what do you say to the interviewer when they ask you that what is your greatest weakness? How do you make your weakness into something positive?
okay. So, in my experience, I have definitely come across a lot of candidates, who don't, whenever asked, do you have any weakness? The answer is no, I don't have. Look at it, look at the perspective now. When I say I don't have any weakness, are you telling me, are you Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect? If that is the case, that means there's no scope of learning. That's how it is being perceived also, right? So ideally I would highly recommend is that call out your challenges, and I always tell people, instead of using the word weakness, use the word challenge. It sounds more positive in terms of the way you're approaching it also, right? So you can say it's always good to acknowledge that yes, you do not have this X skill, or for example, I lose my temper. It's also a challenge, because no employer would want an employee who's losing his or her temper left, right, center in the organization, right? But it's always good
True.
to factor in and acknowledge that yes, I have a challenge, but the tip here is you will counter the answer with a solution to it. While I understand, for example, if I pick an example of losing the temper, you can say, yes, while I understand, I'm aware that I lose temper quite very often, but the good news is, over the period of years, I have understood how I can manage my temper with the help of NLP techniques. So one, you're
Okay.
acknowledging the fact, yes, this is something, a challenge you face. Two, you're giving a solution, how you're countering that and making sure you're much more in control. That gives a more better approach to the employer. So one, the way employer looks at it, one, he likes the fact you've been very honest. And who wouldn't like honesty, right? All the firms work on
Honest. True.
integrity, which is honesty, right? That is one. Second, the employer also, the way the employer looks at it is, wow, this candidate has the ability to come and say that something is not working or something is working, and the person also knows how to counter it with solutions. At least looks forward, how the person can manage those situations when the challenges are coming across. That is how the employer will look at it then. Okay.
Yeah. So another question that a lot of people asked us is when the interviewer asks that what skills would you be bringing to their company. So what exactly does the interviewer want to know during that time? Is it the soft skills or the profit or whatever skills that you have?
Okay. So in this particular question, now this is a very tricky question, Anusha. Here the employer is actually telling you
Okay.
indirectly, why should I choose you over other people in the market? If you really think about the question, right? He's not going to ask you. Some interviews might ask you directly on the face, why should we hire you over the other candidates? So this is another way of letting you know that what is that you have and other people don't have, right? So it's a great opportunity for you as a candidate to call out your key unique skills and again relate it back to the job that you're going to perform. Okay, and that is why I mentioned doing the SWOT is the best way, because it will actually help you recognize what are your key strengths and skills that you really possess. And before you head to the interview, frame the sentences or the dialogue you're going to put it across to the interviewer in a more convincing way. So do those mocks, in our previous lives I have mentioned, do those mock sessions with your friend, family, who you're comfortable with. So when you're going there and talking, it comes more smoothly and more naturally. It doesn't look like as if you have, picked up from some book or some by hearted some answers. It just comes out very naturally. But the tip over here while answering this question, one, like I mentioned, uh, pick the key skill according to you have as unique and link it to the job again. The second approach, assuming you do not know what your unique skills are. There's nothing to worry in that. What you could do in such cases, you could combine 2 or 3 skills that you have and put it across that as a unique skill that you can offer them. So it is not necessary you will know everything or I will know everything, but there will be something I know which can become unique, and that is how you will package your answer. So you will say these are the few skills, or like 1, 2, 3 skills related back to the job, and put it across as the most unique skill you are offering to the employer. So these are 2 ways you can do it, and it's a great opportunity to tell the employer that this is what I have. So when you get the opportunity, don't lose it. Just keep hammering that so the employer gets it.
Okay. So, most of them, when we join a company, we are expected to work as a team. So, in what criteria do we put ourselves so that, what criteria that we should add so that we can say that we are a team player.
Okay, so over here, most often see no job in any company you work, no job is an individual contributor. While it may put across you're going to perform as an individual contributor, what I mean to say is you're always still going to work with a lot of people around you. You're never going to be alone working everything. While a job might be that, but at the same time you are going to work with a lot of people around you, cross functions, cross departments, your own teammates, your manager. That means you are having that human interaction all the time, right? And no employer will want any conflicts happening, because then that's kind of going to spoil the environment of the organization, and at the same time a lot of frictions, unhealthy culture. That's when we say it's an unhealthy place to work. Why? Because of these things if not taken into consideration. So of course, if the employer is looking at that, you'll have to again go back to support that with an example. So every answer that you give in the interview, Anusha, as far as you're able to counter it with an example. Now, for example, the question you asked me, if the employer says, can you tell me or cite some examples that you are a good team player, or could you rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10, where do you fall as a great team player? You just can't randomly throw a number, I'm on 5, I'm on 7, I'm on 8, I'm on 9. You can't, it's very difficult to number something that way. But I feel if you answer, or I recommend that way, is if you counter the answer with an example. So you could say, for an example, when I was in college, I was asked to lead a project with students of different class and different divisions, and that was a great experience, because I really learned how to deal with different kind of people, different mentality, different age group, it was diversity. There were some girls, there were some boys. It really explored my level of experience. One. Second, once the project was delivered, I did take the feedback, and I took feedback from my professors, my peers, my friends, and the feedback which came to me was very appealing. That is, they mentioned that I'm very accommodative, I'm a great team player, and I'm more flexible to deliver things and get results out. So are you seeing the flow now, how it sounds? It is not necessary you need to have a corporate experience to give these examples. Even in a daily life, even in the family, you're staying with so many people, right? How are you dealing with them? Because even if a family is of 5 members, not all 5 are same. Everybody has a different trait. How are you dealing with them? So that is how you come up with an example and say it to the employer, and again try and link it back to the question, or the job. Alright?
Okay, if you are not a team player, should we say, if we are not a team player and we rather work individually, or we rather prefer to lead, so do we mention that to the interviewer?
So, you mean to say, if you are not a great team player, should I mention that?
Yeah.
Ideally, I will
Yeah,
not.
should
I
we
will
mention
not.
that?
I will not recommend to say that directly. I'm not a team player. Like I said, while a job might be an individual contributor role, but you are still going to work with lot of people, indirectly, directly, right? So when you answer this, you can say my interest lies more to perform a role which requires individual contributor because I feel I'm more focused, I feel I'm more energized, and I feel I put more 100% than lead or versus a leading a team because my efforts then get distributed. This is how you will answer. You will directly not want to say, I'm not a team player. Then why would, tell me Anusha, why will the employer hire you? Will the employer like,
Yeah.
if I get a person who's not a team player, that means the frictions are going to happen. Because you will have your own ways of dealing and other people might not like it. Right, so then
Like
you'll
it.
have to twist a little bit, saying that I love to do an individual contributor role because of 1, 2, 3 things, versus leading a team because I feel my time gets distributed, my attention gets distributed, versus the way I like to work is focused into one activity, and and I feel the growth is more there for my own self learning as well. So you will talk more from the positive aspect versus the uh, negative
Negative.
aspect. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So next question is, what do you say to your interviewer when your friends when they ask you that what do your friends think about you? How will your friends describe you? Because most of the time our friends are, like they describe us as someone who's really funny or something. They don't take us seriously. So we can't say that to the interviewer. So should we make something up or be honest?
I feel just say what is the truth. So for example, if your friend says you're funny, that means you have a good sense of humor. Who wouldn't want to have a person who makes people laugh? It's very difficult to make people
True.
laugh, and if you can do that, it's an amazing skill, I
Yeah.
would say. Right, so you can just on a lighter note, you can say, on a lighter note, my friends find me very funny because whenever they're under any worry or whenever they feel a little uncomfortable, I'm the one who makes them feel comfortable and laugh. So they find me very humorous.
Okay.
So the employer is like, wow, that means my team environment is always going to be, bubbly and laughing going around because this person is that way, because he can make the person laugh or smile or whatever that is. So you could also take it that way and again use this as an opportunity to highlight your skills back. So don't leave any opportunity where you
Okay.
can highlight the skills. It could be anything. Just highlight it so the employer knows that, okay, the more you hammer it, the more the person remembers it also. So if you're getting the opportunity, go ahead and say the same thing, that these are 2, 3 skills my friends feel that I have got in me, and I'm enhancing that skill by doing these things, like maybe you've joined some classes or doing some course, or if it is relevant to the job. Otherwise you can just say this is what it is, like how the humor example I gave you.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we are done for today with the questions. Thank you, Ashwini ma'am. I would like our colleague Kundan. We have some openings for jobs. If anyone is interested, Kundan is going to put links below. Please join. Please apply for the jobs if you are eligible and qualified. You'll find that we'll be attaching the link soon, and the platform is now open for questions. Okay, Shrilu has asked the question, ma'am. How to answer when we were asked to describe with one word?
Okay, how to answer? Now, it totally depends what question it is, and one word you have to answer. So if somebody questions me, Ashwini, tell me if you have to explain yourself in one word, I will say honesty. I'm honest. Honesty is the biggest thing, right? To get when the person is so honest, people would like to have that trait in the team. I'm high on honesty. That could be one way of answering. So you have to actually get your own trait there and place it on the table, who you really are, and that is very important. So a lot of people don't know who they are really. If I ask you, Anusha, do you know yourself enough? If I just ask you that, you will be thinking, okay, who am I? What do I say now?
Yeah.
So before going for the interview, do that prep thing. And for that, to do the prep, you need to know few great qualities about yourself. You all have some great qualities, right? We just need to get exposed to it. And if you're unable to find that, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your friends, who would know better than them, right? Somebody would say, another word would be, I'm very flexible. That means I'm very accommodative. And which employer will not want that, Anusha, that you're accommodative, right?
True.
Because that means you are like a water, you take any kind of a shape as and when required. That is another great trait. Then you can say, I'm very cooperative, just one word. Which employer will not want this? Everybody would want a person who's very collaborative, very cooperative, who engages with the people. So that's how, Shilu, you will answer your question, answer the question in one word.
Okay, so we had one more question from Akshat. How to present your thought process in front of the interviewer?
Okay, so Akshat over here, like I said, before going for any interview, you need to do a prep call with yourself, or prep or a mock with yourself, because there will be basic questions typically answered. That is one. Okay, two, the other set of questions will be around the skills that you are showing it to the employer on your resume. Whatever those skills are, sales, marketing, product management, project management, whatever the skills are, the questions are going to be around only that. So for example, if the interviewer asks you, could you explain me this project that you were leading it? Okay. Now, if you were leading that, it should be back of your mind like this. With a blink of an eye, you should know what you've really done. So how would you do that? One, you will give a context what that project is all about. Okay, in minimum 2 to 3 lines. Just give a brief about that project. Then you talk what was expected out of that project. What was the deliverables that were expected? Again, in 2 to 3 lines. Then you talk about what was your role in that project. If you were leading that, what was a key role as a lead? That will be the third. And fourth, you will talk about the strategy to get the deliverables what were expected. This is how you will phrase your answers. Okay? Did that make it a little easy for you?
We have another question ready here from Raju. He asks whether if we can answer strengths and weaknesses using a skill. If yes, how?
Yes, you can. So I just gave, right? So I gave one of the behavioral thing, which is a temper, right? If you want to give a skill, you can do in a similar way. For example, if you are a technical person, say you're working on a skill, say Microsoft, example, right? And you feel that you are still not up there. So that becomes a challenge. So how would you say that is, while I understand I'm not strong yet there, to perform 100 on 100, hence I've taken up these external courses to build my own skill on it, so that I'll value add myself there. So this is how you will counter with a solution. So whenever there's a challenge that you feel in the skill you have, you will always counter with a solution how you are going to fix it, and not letting it just go, it's a weakness, so let it be. No, you will have to counter with a solution. What is that? If it's a behavioral skill, for example, I'm not a great communicator. Assuming Ashwini doesn't know how to speak well, she's not fluent in what she's talking, then the way I'm going to answer is, I'm aware that I am not a great communicator, hence I have taken up these communication skills from so and so institute or so and so coach, so that it helps me deliver a little more better in my skill. So you're getting how I'm putting it across? I'm countering it with a solution. And that shows your awareness level and your interest level, how to build your skill back if you were lacking in it. Okay?
Guys, do subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updated on whatever latest video we are going to put. Follow our Instagram page, interview cracker for you, for any kind of lives or videos that we'll be putting. And check our website www.interviewcracker.com, and you will find there are few job openings there. If you are eligible, do apply.
Great. It was a great conversation, Anusha, yet again, and I look forward for these live sessions every Saturday. We do something new, we come up with, and I'm
Definitely.
believing it's truly helping a lot of people out there who are looking for a job, or and we're able to answer their questions. Please do follow us. and let us know if you have any other questions, and we will be happy to help you there. If you have any topics in mind you would want us to cover, do let us know that too. We'll be more than happy to pick it up.
We also have because of public demand, we have also decided to give out personal sessions and trainings with Ashwini ma'am, our favorite coach, our favorite personal development coach.
Thank you.
And she's also a certified NLP trainer with more than 15 years of experience. She can actually guide you. So if you want a personal or customized guiding sessions or personal sessions with Ashwini ma'am, do check out the link that is given in the chat. And do follow our YouTube channel for further updates on any videos that we are going to put. Do follow our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We post daily and something informative comes up every day. So if you want to stay on the top of your game when you want to do your interviews, do follow us, do check out our YouTube channel, and do check out our website. Thank you so much guys for watching this, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a
Same
powerful
time,
week.
same.
Have fun. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye guys.